Let's continue in Revelation chapter 18. And again we should note that Revelations chapters 17 and 18 provide additional details regarding the interaction and the fall of the wild animal and Babylon, referred to in Revelation chapter 14 verse 8 and 16 verse 19. Let's look at verse 1 of chapter 18. John writes, after these things, so following the events recorded in Revelation chapter 17, John says, I saw, or I perceived, I knew with my mind. He was continuing to receive revelation. I saw another angel, not the same angel as was speaking to him in chapter 17. I saw another angel descending out from heaven, having great authority, a large amount of authoritative power. And the earth was lightened, it was caused to shine. Light was poured out on the earth, out from his glory, that angel's glory emanating from him. And he cried out in a strong sound, or a large voice with strength, saying, it fell, fell. And that word fell is repeated. It gives great emphasis to his statement. He's talking about the city having already fallen from its previous standing and status on the earth. It fell, fell. Babylon the Great. That city that's large in importance. What was important about it? It was the beginning of idolatry. That's why it was great in that category. Idolatry of all that is against God. It fell, fell, Babylon the Great, and it has come to pass to be a dwelling down place, or a place for inhabitation. It is the dwelling down place of devils. That word devils is the Greek word daimonion. That refers, of course, to the false gods, as it were, the lower ranking demons, the evil spirits of the angels who followed the devil. But as far as being in the devil's rulership, they are in the lower rank, as it were, in his army, the daimonion. The devil himself being the chief or top-ranking spirit in his own realm. So let's read that again. And he cried out with a strong voice, it fell, fell, Babylon the Great, and it became a dwelling down place of devils. With emphasis, it is a prison, a place where those inside of it are watched and guarded. A prison of what? Of all or every unclean spirit. Those spirits that are mixed with impurity, devil spirits. And a prison of all or every unclean bird. We look at that again in Revelation chapter 19. And a prison of all or every unclean wild animal. And hated, act of ill will towards all or every one of them, because out from the wine of the rage of her fornication, all nations, every group of people, without reference to their background, willingly drank and continue being affected by it. And the kings of the earth, those who reign as kings ruling certain portions of the earth or the land, willingly fornicated with her. They committed fornication with her. Physical fornication, wrongful sexual activity, pornographic actions. Of course, in the spirit aspect of this, it's referring to behavior as idolatry, being intimate with the devil and the things of the devil. And the merchants of the earth, the traders, those doing business on the earth at this future time that we're looking at, were willingly wealthy out from the ability or the capability proceeding from her wantonness, her being headstrong, strenuous in her own intentions. The physical city of Babylon caused and will cause corresponding effects on those interacting with her, including the city of Jerusalem. The spirit realm associated with the city of Babylon, which is the devil's realm of operation, causes corresponding effects on those living on the earth. In verse 4, John continues, "And I heard another sound, another voice, coming from heaven, saying, 'You must come out.'" And that is a plural word for you, all of you, my people. All of you as one group of people. You, my people, must come out from her, come out from Babylon, for the purpose and result that you would not share in common together with her sins, so that you would not partake of or join with. Be a partner. Do not be a partner participating in her sins, the sinful actions that she commits against God. And come out from her strokes, or the strikes that affect her and that she affects others with, for the purpose and result that you may not receive, so that you, my people, do not receive, because her sins were glued together as though sticking together one on top of the other, forming a pile or a tower, for the whole duration of time up to the point of reaching heaven. She had so many sins, Babylon. It was like a tower of sins reaching up into heaven. And God remembered, God called to his mind, God remembered in his memory her unrighteous things, those unjust things, wrong things that she performed, her injustices. You must give away to her, or pay back what is due to her, in comparison to how emphatically she gave away. And you must double, give it twice, a double portion or a double measure, the double things, where she gave twice to others, in accordance with her works. In the cup which she mixed, you must mix double to her, intermingle twice as much for her to experience.